A NASCAR driver just got suspended, not for anything that happened on the track, but for what he said on a live stream. No crash, no on-track violation, no rules infraction during a race. Just a microphone, a sports card stream, and one deeply offensive comment that spread across social media within hours. By the time you finish watching this, you'll know exactly what was said, who was targeted, what NASCAR did about it, and what happens next for everyone involved. Daniel Dye is a 22-year-old Florida native racing full-time in the NASCAR Truck Series this season behind the wheel of the number 10 Kaulig Racing Ram. He is currently sitting 13th in the Truck Series standings, with his best finish also being 13th across his 3 races this season. He is a young driver still in the early stages of building his reputation in one of NASCAR's most competitive developmental series. At 22, every race, every interview, and every public appearance carries weight, because in motorsport, reputation is everything. On the other side of this story is David Malukas, a 24-year-old IndyCar driver who has been making serious waves in open-wheel racing. Team Penske, one of the most decorated and powerful organizations in motorsport, signed Malukas this season to replace veteran Will Power. That is not a small role. That is a statement of trust from one of the most respected teams in racing. Last season, Malukas placed second at the Indianapolis 500, one of the most prestigious races in the world. He is currently 6th in the IndyCar standings and is widely regarded as a rising star in the sport. These are 2 young drivers on very different trajectories, and one live stream brought their names together in a way neither of them would have wanted. Here is exactly what happened. On a recent stream on Whatnot, a live shopping and collectibles platform, Daniel Dye was opening packs of sports cards in front of a live audience. The stream was casual, unscripted, and relaxed. At some point, Dye began recounting a story about meeting David Malukas at a racing event. He admitted he had no idea who Malukas was at the time. He recalled asking him, "Do y'all race any ovals?" A question that clearly caught Malukas off guard. Dye then recalled Malukas' response, "Yeah, we race Nashville and Iowa." Dye's reply, "I didn't know Miatas went to Nashville." That was a jab at IndyCar cars, comparing them to small consumer vehicles. Dismissive, yes, but what came next was far worse. Dye continued the story, imitating Malukas' voice in an exaggerated, mocking manner. He claimed Malukas said, "Oh my gosh, yes, we race Indianapolis too. Love Indianapolis. And Roger Penske. I love Roger. Love you, Roger." Then Dye said on stream, "As soon as I start doing a David Malukas gay voice, I hit a gold card. So let's keep it going." That single sentence, labeling his own mocking impression a gay voice, is what detonated the entire situation. The clip circulated immediately on social media. Fans, journalists, and fellow motorsport figures saw it within hours. The criticism was swift and near universal. Using the term gay voice as a punchline reduces sexual orientation to a mockery. It sends a direct message to LGBTQ plus individuals that being gay is something to be laughed at, and doing it publicly on a live platform in front of an audience made it impossible to walk back quietly. NASCAR moved fast. On Tuesday, March 17th, both NASCAR and Kaulig Racing confirmed Dye had been suspended. NASCAR penalized Dye under Section 4.3.c of the NASCAR rulebook, which states, NASCAR members shall not make a public statement or communication that criticizes, ridicules, or otherwise disparages another person based upon that person's race, color, creed, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, marital status, religion, age, or handicapping condition. The rule is clear. The violation was clear. And the suspension is currently indefinite, meaning there is no confirmed return date. For a 22-year-old driver in just his first full Truck Series season, an indefinite suspension is a severe and career-defining consequence. Kaulig Racing also independently suspended Dye from the team, acting separately from NASCAR's ruling. The team did not wait. They did not issue a statement of support. They acted immediately, making clear that this kind of conduct has no place within their organization. Following the suspensions, Dye posted an apology on X, formerly Twitter. He wrote, "I chose my words poorly, and I understand why it upset people. I'm sorry to anyone who was offended. That's not how I want to represent myself." He added, "I have some close friends in the LGBTQ plus community who I would never want to feel less of themselves because of what I said, and that's exactly why I should hold myself to a higher standard." He also acknowledged, "I know that intention does not erase impact, and I need to do better," and stated that he didn't think enough before he spoke and that he didn't mean any harm. The facts of the apology are these. Dye acknowledged the harm, accepted responsibility for his word choice, and referenced the impact on the LGBTQ plus community. He did not deflect or blame the audience for misinterpreting his words. Whether the apology is sufficient is not for this script to decide, but the words he used in the apology directly mirror the language of accountability. Intention does not erase impact. That phrase alone signals an understanding that is beyond surface-level damage control. With Dye out of the number 10 truck, Kaulig Racing needed a replacement driver, fast. The Darlington Truck Series race was approaching, and a seat could not sit empty. The team turned inward. AJ Allmendinger, Kaulig's full-time Cup Series driver in the number 16 Chevrolet, was drafted in to cover the number 10 truck at Darlington. That means Allmendinger will pull double duty that weekend, competing in both the Cup Series and the Truck Series of the same event. He joins Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, and Carson Hocevar as the fourth Cup Series driver added to that weekend's Truck Series entry list. Allmendinger's Truck Series record across 14 career starts reads 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 3 top 10s. His last appearance in a NASCAR truck was at Watkins Glen in 2021, nearly 5 years ago. It is a quick turnaround, but Kaulig had limited options and moved decisively. This incident raises a factual and important question about the current state of NASCAR and professional motorsport. NASCAR has publicly committed to fostering a more inclusive environment within the sport over recent years. The enforcement of Section 4.3.c, the rule under which Dye was suspended, is a direct product of that commitment. Rules without enforcement are meaningless. In this case, the rulebook was applied quickly and without hesitation. The platform also matters here. Whatnot is a live streaming platform with a real-time audience. There is no delay, no editor, no PR filter. Whatever a public figure says on a live stream is immediately public record. For young athletes who have grown up in the social media era, the line between a private conversation and a public broadcast has never been thinner. One unscripted comment, lasting less than 10 seconds, triggered a suspension, a public apology, a team response, and a national news cycle. That is the reality of being a professional athlete with a public platform in 2026. As of now, the suspension remains indefinite. NASCAR has not announced conditions for reinstatement, and Kaulig Racing has not provided a timeline for Dye's return to the number 10 truck. The critical question for Dye is straightforward. At 22 years old, with his first full Truck Series season now derailed, how does he rebuild? This is the point in a young driver's career where the response to a mistake matters as much as the mistake itself. David Malukas has not made a public statement on the incident as of the time of this video. That story may still develop. This situation is ongoing, and every development will be worth watching closely.